Welcome to NameTech channel. My name is Nehemiah, and today we are going to discuss on the JavaScript syntax. And before we get started, please subscribe to this channel and also like this video. So the JavaScript syntax is actually the set of rules or how JavaScript programs are constructed. We are going first of all to begin with the JavaScript values. JavaScript syntax defines two types of values. We have the fixed values and also we have the variable values. And so the fixed values, they are called the literals, while the variable values, they are called the variables. Go to our text editor. I'm using the Visual Studio Code. Just click on this icon here, and then we are going to create a HTML, and then we shall insert a JavaScript inside it. And then I click enter, and then just write an exclamation mark, and then I click enter, and then here the title, you can give it any name, like let me say JavaScript syntax. JavaScript syntax. Let me just copy this part, copy, and then I'm going to create here a h3, and then let me paste it there, and then also I'm going to create a p tag for paragraph, and then let me just paste the JavaScript here, and then I'm going to give it an ID here. So the ID is gonna be ID is let me give it any name, like try, just for trial. And then I'm going to create a script tag, ensure that it's just below this end tag of the body. Just write a script tag, actually the script tag, and then create some space there, and then you are going to create a statement. So the get element by ID, and then open and close this, just the normal brackets. And then inside here just write to a quotation mark. You can use a single quotation mark or a double quotation mark, and then just write this ID here, the trial, and then at the end here you just write a full stop, and then you write a inner HTML. Then after you've written the inner HTML, just write an equal sign, and then you can open and close this as a two quotation mark, and then close with this semicolon. So inside here you can write, I said that we have beginning with the numbers. You can write any number like 120. You can write any number like 120.50, and then you save, and then let me right click and open with the live server. If you don't have this extension, you can just download here in this section. So guys, you can see it can give me a value. I can as well write the string. The string, they are just the normal text. Like let me say here, instead of these values, let me give it a string. And I told you earlier, a string is just a normal text. I can say Nehemiah Wakilsa. This is my name actually, and then I save, and then when you refresh, you can see it appears on the browser. So those are the JavaScript strings. So the other thing that we want to discuss is the JavaScript variables, and the JavaScript uses the keywords var, let, and const to declare variables, and then an equal sign is used to assign values to a variables. And so let's try this example here. Like in this first tag of the script, this first script tag, I can say late. I'm using the variable late x. Remember I told you that late defines also a variable. You have the var itself and then the const. They are the ones used to define variables. And then let x, and then x, I'm going to give it any value, like let's say 10. And always ensure you close with a semicolon. To close a statement with a semicolon. And then here at the Nehemiah, let me replace with x. So it will print 10 instead of x. And so the next thing is the JavaScript operators. So the JavaScript uses arithmetic operators like the plus, the minus, the the quotation mark, and the quotient mark to compute values. So let me clear first of all this variable here, and then here let me just clear this part, and then I write it so that you may understand. So like let me say let me give it any value, like let me say 10 actually 25 plus 25, that is 50, I guess. And then you can use a quotation mark here, like times 2, that should be 100 times 2. So when you save on the browser, you can see it gives me that 100. You can as well use the variables here. Instead you can use values like what we did in the first example to replace like x, y, and z and so forth, to replace these numbers. But I'm not going into that because we have discussed earlier. And then we have the expression. The expression, they are just like these ones. These are actually the expression. If we say 100 times 2, so basically this is an expression, that is 200. So this is an expression. And then we have the keyword. So the keyword, like we have keywords like the var, the var, the late, and then the cons. These are the ones that are used to to identify action to be performed. So they tell like the late keyword tells the browser to create a variable. So like what we did here in the first example, we can repeat as well. Like let me say let x, comma y, and then you close with the semicolon, and then you close with the semicolon. So this should be late. Sorry guys, late. So remember, late declares a variable, and then I'm going to say x perhaps. Let me give it let me say 25 plus 25 actually 25 plus 50, that is 100, and then you close with a semicolon, and then y, for y I'm going to say y equals to x. So remember, x is, this is 200, this is 100, then times 2. So actually for x this is 200, so 150. So this 25 plus 25, that is 50, plus 100, this is 150, and so y is going to be 150 times 2. That should give me what, I don't know, 300 or whatever it is. So here when I print, when here the equal sign, when I write, so here the equal sign, when I replace with a y like that, and then I save. When you can see in the browser, it gives me the 300. So guys, thank you so much for watching. Please consider subscribing, and also share to someone, and also comment. See you later guys. Thank you.